Things that are not safe for your vagina. The vagina is a delicate and self-cleaning organ, so it is important to know what is safe and what is not to put in your vagina. In this video, I'll be explaining some common things that you think that are normal, but should never be inserted into your vagina, and I'll be explaining why. These things will literally shock you. If you're new to my channel, I'm Dr. Amarachi Ijeoma. I'm a fertility physician, and my channel focuses on everything fertility and women's health. So if this is the kind of content you're interested in, keep watching. The first category of items you should never put in your vagina is food. Yes, so some of the common foods people insert in their vagina includes fruits, yogurt, and even garlic. Yes, there are some studies that are considering putting garlic in a capsule for treatment of yeast infection. But the study is not concluded yet. And even if it were, the studies don't say that you should put raw garlic into your vagina. So please, avoid putting raw garlic into your vagina. And for the yogurt, I've mentioned this in one of my previous videos. There are lots of studies on the effect of yogurt on yeast infection, but none is conclusive yet. And because the vagina is a delicate organ, you want to be careful what you shove in there. Fruit is the one I'm most confused about. The reason some women put fruits in their vaginas is so their vagina can have a fruity smell. Why do we need our vaginas to smell like fruits? Vaginas should smell like a vagina. And it is normal. It's a normal part of being a woman. So this 2023, avoid putting fruits, yogurts, and raw garlics or any other type of food that I'm not aware of into your vaginas. The second category of items to avoid are douches. Douching is using a rubber pump that usually has a long nozzle that will enter into your vagina to squirt a liquid mixture of weird chemicals in an attempt to wash the vagina and remove bacteria and dirt. In 2023, why are we still douching? The vagina is very capable of taking care of herself. The vaginal discharge is present to help clean the vagina, so nothing is needed in there. Give your vagina a break. Douches should never be used in the vagina. It is unnecessary and it is harmful. What it does is, it disrupts the natural balance of bacteria in the vagina, it increases the risk of infections, and it can lead to more serious complications. The third category of things to avoid putting in your vagina are harsh soaps or cleansers. It is important to keep the external genital area clean, that is, the vulva. But you see the vagina, just leave it alone. But there is a wrong way of cleaning the vulva, and this way could affect the vagina. This way that I'm talking about is the use of strong or fragrant soaps. Some of you want your vagina to smell like perfumes and body washes, when in fact it is supposed to smell like a vagina. Scented soaps can reduce the amount of good bacteria in your vagina, and it can disrupt the natural pH balance of the vagina, leading to irritation, dryness, bleeding after sexual intercourse, or an increased risk of infection. Stick to using mild, fragrance-free cleansers that is specifically formulated for the external genital area, or simply just use water, really. The fourth category of things to avoid putting in your vagina are Uniperels. I heard about Uniperels for quite some time before I considered looking into it. I knew that it would be up to no good, and I was right. So Uniperels is a ball of herbs molded in the shape of a pearl that is marketed as something women should put in their vaginas to remove bad bacteria, cure fibroid, treat sexually transmitted infections, yeast infections, and every other thing on the surface of the earth. The instruction for these Uniperels is that you leave the pearls inside your vagina for a few days to detoxify it. These pharmaceutical companies keep coming up with funny and silly ways for women to clean their vaginas, spending millions of dollars in pushing the narrative that the vagina is dirty. This again, for the umpteenth time in this video, is not true. The vagina is not a dirty place. It's not a dirty organ. It cleans itself. It is very delicate, and exposure to any slight harm would affect it. Another thing to avoid are non-sterile objects. It is important to avoid introducing bacteria or any other microorganisms into the vagina. This means that avoid things like unwashed hands, There's really no reason why your fingers or any other finger should be inside your vagina. But for those reasons, please make sure your hands are clean by washing them before inserting. Dirty sex toys should have no place in your vagina as well. Always make sure that any object that you use in or around the vagina are clean and sterilized to reduce the risk of infections. And lastly, scented products such as scented tampons, pads, or panty liners. These things should also be avoided. These products may contain chemicals or fragrances that can irritate the sensitive vaginal tissues and disrupt the natural balance of bacteria. So when next you go to the store, look for unscented or fragrance-free menstrual products to minimize the risk of irritation or allergic reactions. The takeaway from today's video should be that you should be mindful of what you put into your vagina because the vagina is a delicate and self-cleaning organ. Avoid inserting unclean items into the vagina. Use gentle and fragrance-free cleansers. Avoid scented menstrual products and opt for unscented or fragrance-free options. Don't ever douche. And as usual, I'm going to end this video with, if you have any concerns about your vaginal health, please see your doctor. If you found this video informative and you want more content like this, subscribe to my channel, like this video, share with your friends, and see you in my next video.